And the cost of a four-year public college degree in our state can range anywhere from $50,000 to $90,000 and beyond. So applying for scholarships is incredibly important to help reduce that expense and avoid debt. So the question is, why are so many students not applying for them, or why are they not applying for more? Pam Mashburn with Potential Magazine is here to tell us a few of those answers and maybe help us for our students along to get on the ball and apply for some of that.
Exactly, because it's going to help them, but it's also helping us parents to help pay for this.
Absolutely. Those are some startling numbers, $50,000 to $90,000 and beyond. And that's at the University of Alabama.
I know, and that's a public school. The private schools can range up to $130,000, and that's for 4 years. And what we're finding is only like 34% of the kids graduate in 4 years. If they're like me, we never wanted to leave, so we went that fifth year.
That's right. That's right. Those are the smart students. But talk about some of the reasons that we're not, or our students are not applying for these scholarships.
Well, at Potential Magazine, we wanted to understand this because, you know, right now there's $36 million out there in private scholarships and $1.9 billion. Billion
with a B, she said. Billion.
At the colleges. And so there is a lot of opportunities out there, but you have to go after it. It doesn't just usually fall in your lap. So we looked at this and we found 7 great reasons why our kids are not doing it. And I'm one of those parents because my child, once he got a scholarship at the college, he didn't go after the other ones because he just didn't realize how much money it was.
I think that's the case for a lot of students and for parents especially who just don't realize, number one, that we don't realize what's out there, but number two, we don't necessarily know how to go about getting our hands on it.
That's right. And so one of the things is at Potential Magazine, if you go out, we have a newsletter that comes out every week that has 2 scholarships on it, so it can kind of dribble in instead of like a water faucet, you know, turned on to you. But scholarships.com, capex.com are great resources. That was one of the things, I don't know where to look. The other great resource is your guidance counselor because there's a lot of local resources. The credit unions, the Kiwanis Club, Rotary, those guys. The second one was, I'm afraid my GPA is not high enough. Now we hear that a lot, like I'm not an A+ student, but there turns out there are scholarships for things like if you're left-handed, if you're tall, if you're short. There's a lot of community service out there. There's a lot of leadership scholarships. So start looking at those when you have 8th and 9th graders so you can start helping them find those and get prepared for them.
Yes, scholarships should be left-handed or short. I should have looked into some of those.
I know. There's even one for duct tape if you make like a duct tape prom dress. Yes, I know.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
That's another segment for another week. We'll try that one out. What are some of the other reasons?
Okay, my parents make too much money. Hello, I want to meet those parents that are making too much money.
Is there a set of parents in the world that make too much money for a college scholarship?
I don't think so.
No.
The other one was, I don't have time to look for scholarships or fill out applications. Okay, so here's the math. You're applying for a $500 scholarship. Doesn't sound like very much when you're talking $50,000 or $90,000. So to a kid, $500 is like, oh, I don't know. But here's what this is the Mashburn math that I explained to my boys.
Mashburn math.
If it's $500 and you spend 10 hours, which they won't, but let's say they spend 10 hours filling out the application, maybe writing a little essay. If they get the scholarship, that's $50 an hour. And that's more than most of us make. That's tax-free dollars.
Absolutely. That's
so
incredible math.
You may have to explain it to them a little different way. I can't write a good essay. There are great resources. If you will write an essay and have your English teacher look over it, or your guidance counselor, or your mom, we can help you. And once you have that 1 or 2 essays, you can keep recycling it. The other thing is I'm embarrassed to ask people to recommend me. And that's the worst reason because people like us, we love recommending people.
Absolutely.
We want, we see these scholarships as an investment in our community. We're investing in these kids to go off to college and come back to our community and invest in our community. So never feel that way, but make it easy. Give them a resume, give that guidance counselor who's got 300 or 400 kids a resume of all the awards you've gotten and your grades and that kind of thing so that when they're writing it up, it's really easy.
I think the one that sticks out to me is that I'm afraid I will be turned down. A lot of students these days are very afraid of rejection.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
It's a part of life.
But you can't get the yes without going after it,
Right.
So you never know. And what we're finding when we interview the people that are like the $1 million scholarship winners is because it's a numbers game. The more you apply for, the better your chances. So get out there and apply. That's the main thing. And then also I wanted to remind people, Tuesday night, Alabama Christian Academy, we are having a Countdown to College workshop. We're going to be talking about the 10 tips for scholarships, We'll have college reps there that we can ask questions and really get the 411 on college.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. And just one quick question, when is it too early or when is it time to start looking into college scholarships?
I would say 9th grade.
9th grade.
Right,
Get on
9th
the
grade.
ball.
You've got to get your resume and stuff ready for those 11th and 12th grade scholarships.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Good deal. Thank